All right, we've got people coming from all over the place. Terry is in Port Douglas. We've got Kiki in Panama, Melbourne, Houston, New Zealand, Port Douglas. Shirley's coming in from England. And I've got just literally hundreds of people are typing in here. Lewis is saying, can you talk? We can't hear you if you talk, Lewis. The only people that are going to be unmuted, at least to begin with, are Steve and myself. Now, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag entirely, but we are going to give away $5,000 cash on this call. We're going to give away, we're going to choose some people, and I'll tell you how that works. We're going to select you at random. So we're going to give away some cash. We're going to reveal a website which is at an earning rate of $600,000 per year. So you're going to actually see that site. We're going to go in behind the scenes, have a look at it. So we've got some lots of exciting things to look forward to. And again, we just need about another 90 seconds or so here, guys. We are fixing some things up on the back end here. We do have a couple of little things that we're working on, so stick around. Get a pen and paper if you haven't got one already. This is absolutely live. David, I think it was David asking, is this live? This is 100% live. Okay, and now we have hit capacity. So you might see a little screen flashing that's on mine. We've hit capacity, so don't go anywhere because you won't be able to get back on. Okay, so anyway, give me just a couple more seconds here. I'm just sorting out some things on my end of the line and we'll be getting this underway. And just a second. And just bear with me here, guys. We are almost ready to go. We just want to make sure that the whole system's working and we will get this show on the road. And you're in for a real treat here tonight. All right, I keep getting these little pop-up boxes saying that we've hit capacity. It's been like that for about a minute now. So guys, don't go away. We are right about ready to get started. In fact, Steve, what do you say? We dive into this right now?
Let's get moving. Let's do it.
All right, guys. So firstly, thank you to everyone who is here with us tonight. This is a very special call. This is a one-off call. And in this call, you're going to see for yourself with your own eyes a website which is earning us $600,000 per year. It's a website we set up in 26 days, okay? And it's something that we set up, the actual website was set up in a matter of minutes, okay? And you're going to see how you can set up one of these things for yourself. We're going to be talking about something completely new, something we've never spoken about before, and we will get into all the gory details shortly. A couple of moments ago, just before we started, I mentioned that we are going to be giving away $5,000 in cash on this call, okay? And just pay attention in a moment's time because I'm going to explain how all that works. Now, we are going to be doing our best to answer questions throughout the call. We've got a couple of our expert coaches on here with us. These are guys that do tens of thousands per month, okay? They're our expert coaches and they're behind the scenes here answering questions. They will do their best. We'll try and get to all the questions, but it is challenging when we've got 1,000 people on the call. We will also take questions at the end of the call as well. So we've got some really good content here for you today. Before we do anything else, I just want to ask you right now, what business are you in right now? Are you retired? Are you working a 9 to 5 day job? Are you just starting out affiliate marketing? Just type in the chat box what you're doing right now in your business. What are you working on? Are you just getting started? We've got some people saying they're students, retired, self-employed. Okay, great. All right, and the reason I'm asking this is just because it helps us to know the sort of cross-section of people here. Now, we've still got hundreds of people typing it in. That's awesome. So guys, the big thing that I want you to understand right now from the get-go is that regardless of what you're doing right now, what you're going to learn today can complement what you're doing if you've got an existing business, and if you're getting started from complete scratch, you can do this. Okay, we are 100% confident, we are 100% certain that you can do this, and it'll become very apparent as we progress here. So prepare yourself. $600,000 website is going to be revealed. You're going to find out how we can systematically earn $1 per visitor. Okay, $1 per visitor that comes to your website. How we can create super high converting websites in a matter of seconds. The 7-step formula we use to generate $2,000 per day income streams. You're going to hear from our students how they've built 6-figure incomes, $125,000 in the first 30 days. And we've got much, much more. Now, cash for comments, I do actually have a typo here. $500 awarded to one lucky winner. It should be $5,000. I'm not sure if we pay $5,000 in one lump sum or if we'll divide it up 5 different ways, 1,000 each. But cash for comments, okay? So good comments, good questions. If you're paying attention, and we've got little things here that we can look at to see if you're paying attention. Pay attention, shut down all distractions, and just get ready for a fun ride. So for those of you that don't know us, here's a very brief introduction. My name is Aidan Booth. That's me on the left-hand side there in the green t-shirt. I'm from New Zealand originally. I grew up on a sheep and beef farm in New Zealand, rural New Zealand. And for the past decade, I've lived in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, I know it's a strange place for a New Zealander to shift to, but the reason I'm here is that my wife is from Argentina. Now, I met my wife, Carolina. I met her 13 years ago. I met her in California when I was doing some work on a ski field. And after I met her, I decided that I wanted to go to Argentina. So I was a poor student at the time. I didn't have any savings in the bank, and I came to Argentina, but my money ran out in like a month. So I was starting to look at ways that I could make a living and actually make some money. And because I couldn't speak Spanish, I couldn't get a job down here in Argentina. So I looked at the internet, and I was really drawn in by geographic freedom. I wasn't worried at that point about making millions of dollars. I just wanted geographic freedom. Okay, so that's a little bit about my background. Steve comes from a completely different background. Steve's last job in the rat race, at least, was as vice president for a Fortune 500 company. So he's from corporate America, and he got out because he was tired of the rat race in the corporate world and, you know, being paid by the man to do things that he was told to do, essentially. And he lives in Key West in the United States and in Florida. He's married, 2 kids. And he's been online since 2003. So between the two of us, we have over 22 years of combined experience. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to know that you're in good hands here. We have been around the block a few times in the online marketing, online business space. We've tried a few different things, and we're going to be sharing some of our experiences with you today. Okay. So $0 to $1,688 per day in 26 days. Pretty impressive, okay? You're going to see this website. We're going to dive down into the back of it and have a look around, and I'm going to show you some interesting things and how it all works. This is one of our students' screenshots. A student sent this to us, one of our test students, $29,496.76 in 30 days. $29,000. This is someone who's been working the system for less than 3 months. $29,000 in 30 days. Decent chunk of change, right? 165,586 visitors in 30 days. This website that this here was pulled from was less than 30 days old. Okay, less than 30 days old, the first month, 165,000 visitors. Now, one of the common themes that we're going to be talking about as we progress here is earning $1 per visitor. So if you get 50 visitors to your website in one day, then you make $50. Now imagine if you get 165,000 visitors to your website in 1 month, and you can earn $1 per visitor. That's exactly the kind of thing that we've been able to achieve, and you're going to hear more about that. So I'm going to hand this over to Steve in just a moment, and Steve is going to walk you through the entire process that we use and give you a good overview of everything. But right now, before you do anything, I want you to get rid of any distractions, okay? If you're in Facebook, get the hell out of Facebook, okay? Get ready to take some notes, get a pen and paper, ask questions, okay? We are here to help. I'm going to be in the background. We do have 1,000 people on this call, okay? We might give some of that $5,000 cash at any moment, so be ready, paying attention. This is a one-off training call. It's the first time today that we've actually presented this, and I think you're in for a fun ride. Steve, you ready for me to pass over the screen to you?
Actually, if you just give me 1 second here, and if you can change it to me being the presenter, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
I can do that. Okay, so I'm making you the presenter now, and
Wonderful.
you should be seeing your screen in just a second here.
Yep. All right. And just let me know if you can see that.
I can see that, yes.
Okay, great. All right, well, thanks very much. Okay, so, Aiden just showed you some incredible screenshots, and those are screenshots of websites that are actually doing a lot better than what I'm talking about here. However, we think, when we wanted to talk about what we wanted to teach you guys about tonight, we really wanted to put it into some kind of meaningful context and some sort of achievable goal. And based on the results that we've seen, with test students and so on, we think that building a $100,000 a year business in 60 days or less with one simple website is ridiculously achievable, okay? And in fact, we think that you can, just blow that away. I mean, you saw one screenshot that basically is on a run rate of, 6 times that, all right? And Aiden talked about 7 steps that you have to take. And he's going to show those in more detail a little bit later on in this presentation. But at the end of the day, what you really need are 3 things in order to make this happen. In order to build your $100,000 a year business in 60 days or less with one simple website, these are the 3 things that you need, and we'll talk through each of them. The first is you need the right product. Now, one thing you might notice, and one reason that I'm super fond of what we're talking about tonight, is that every single internet marketing product that I've done in the last 10 years, and I think, every single internet marketing product that I've ever reviewed or been a part of in the last 10 years, has started with, let's find a niche. And I don't know about you, but I'm really tired of looking for niches, okay? And it always felt a lot better and a lot more sort of intuitive to find products that people wanted to buy, whether they were physical products or info products or Kindle books or, even CPA offers or whatever, some kind of product that someone wanted to buy. And one of the fantastic things about the model that we're talking about tonight is that you actually start with the product. It just makes things a lot easier, and it just feels like, you jump ahead of the line when you do that. So you have to have the right product, and really it's a small set of products usually, and that's where it begins. Next thing is you have to have a platform that converts, and that is essentially a simple website. Okay, so you've got to have a website that you can send the traffic to, that people will actually purchase this great product, that you've identified. And you've got to have reliable, targeted traffic. And what you want here is, you want the unicorn of traffic. You want cheap or free, you want abundance, and you want targeted. So you want that magic unicorn of perfect internet traffic. And believe it or not, it actually exists. We're going to talk about that. One thing to note, this model that we're talking about here, most models, most internet marketing models have a large degree of geographic freedom, like Aiden was talking about. And, one of the themes that you're going to hear as we talk through this process tonight is that our goal is always to preserve all of the wonderful things about each internet marketing model and get rid of all the things that could cause headaches or, bottlenecks or roadblocks. And even though most internet marketing models are pretty flexible when it comes to not having to live in any particular country, there are times when you run into a snag. There are snags when you run into, if you're trying to, say, sell products on Amazon and you live in the UK and you're selling to the US market. Something as simple as getting friends and family maybe to do a review. Well, if your friends and family are all in the UK, that's a problem, right? So little things like that. And what we've tried to do each time that we, kind of refine our training and refine our models and things is, again, to just keep all the good and get rid of all of the roadblocks and weaknesses. And I can tell you that the model that we're talking about tonight is absolutely the most geographic freedom friendly, for lack of a better way to describe it. So you can be anywhere in the world. Okay, step one, choose a product. Now, we are absolutely talking about physical products. And I am quite certain that you've heard a lot about selling physical products online. I'm sure you've heard tons. And, it's a great model. We do tons of revenue, millions of dollars a year in physical product sales, and it represents about a third of the profits of our company. Okay, we're a multi-million-dollar company, and it represents about a third of the profits of our company. So we love it. We absolutely love it.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Just wanted to jump in there and say some people have had, a small number of people have had only been able to see a black screen ever since I passed it over. So those people who are just seeing a black screen, just hang in there. I'm going to take the screen back shortly from Steve, and it'll probably fix the problem then. So sorry if you're seeing that, but it'll come back.
Are you going to take it from me now, or are you going to wait until I'm done and then you're going to take it back?
I'll wait till you're done, and then I'll take it back in a few minutes.
Gotcha. So we love this model. It's phenomenal, right? However, again, like I've been talking about, every internet marketing model has weaknesses, roadblocks, things like that. And the one problem with physical product sales historically has been that you need to buy this inventory up front, right? You might need to buy 200 units, 500 units, and then you've got the hassles of, managing the fulfillment. Even if you allow someone else to do it, like Amazon, you got to pay for that. And so you've got a lot of cash flow problems and things like that. Again, love it, but wouldn't it be great if we could have all the benefits of that model and none of the downsides? And we can, because what we're talking about tonight is being able to sell physical products, which again, we love, without needing to buy the inventory up front. Okay, and you basically get rid of all of the downsides, all of the negatives, and keep all of the positives. Okay, so what kind of physical products are we talking about? This is kind of the ideal physical product that we're looking for. We're looking for something that's already selling online and selling well, because we really don't want to have to invent a market. If you invent a brand new product, okay, not only do you have to worry about the expense and the risk of developing a product that you don't even know if anyone needs, but you have to develop the market. You have to explain to people why they need it. You have to build a raving fan or an audience that wants the product. If you're looking at something like this, and for those of you who can't see what I'm looking at, it's essentially a set of nesting bowls for baking and things like that. You don't have to, people already know why they need this. They need to cook dinner. And so there's a built-in market for something that's already being sold online. So you kind of get rid of one of the biggest issues and biggest set of risk, which is, trying to make sure that there's, trying to develop a demand. You don't want to invent the demand. We want to have a product that's Facebook friendly. Because, listen, Facebook is not the only traffic source, and certainly not the only traffic source that we use. However, it is by far and away the most cost-effective and the easiest to get started with, and the easiest to use for testing. So we want products that are Facebook-friendly, and what do I mean by that? Look, we're just not going to sell, guns and ammunition and fireworks and, that kind of thing, right? We want products that have good margin. Even though we're not selling or we don't have to buy all these products up front, we don't have to buy thousands and thousands of dollars of inventory up front, we still want to make a good profit every time we sell one, and we ultimately do have to pay for it, and we'll explain when we do that. But we want to be able to buy something for $5 and sell it for 20, right? I mean, that's really what we want, and we want a hungry audience. I mean, we want people that are just absolutely ready to buy the product that you have to offer. So listen, I know you're wondering, well, okay, well, how can you possibly, it sounds great, unicorns are wonderful, but, how could you possibly be selling physical products without needing to hold inventory? We'll explain, I promise. Just have some patience and we'll go through the whole thing. So we got the product. The second thing that we need is we've got to have a really highly converting website, a platform, whatever you want to call it. And, it has to really do two very, very important things. The first is that it has to maximize the number of people who buy something, okay? So if you send 100 people to that website, you want to make sure that a huge percentage of them are going to buy something, okay? The second thing is you want to make sure that the people that actually buy are spending a lot of money when they buy, right? Because you could have somebody buy something for $2, or you could have somebody buy 20 of those for 40. Which one do you want? Well, you want the one that's 40, right? So those are the two really, really important things. And you'll see here on this quick screenshot, this is one of our sites. And I think it's the one that Abe's going to show you. So these are sales from March 1st. And you can see that even though some of the products are really cheap, like this one is $2.99, you could see the order values that are coming in are quite high, right? And that's because there are multiple people buy multiples of these things, or they buy other related more expensive products and things like that, okay? And the secret is really in the products and also having this platform that, again, does both of those things, gets more conversions per visitor, and increases the value of each of those conversions. And don't forget, what are we aiming for? We're aiming to make about $1 per visitor, which, years ago, if somebody told me it's going to be cake, to accomplish that measurement to get $1 per visitor, I would have been like, yeah, right, you're crazy. But it is. With this process, we can get $1 per visitor. And if you kind of start doing the math, you'll see that it doesn't take a whole lot of visitors per day to get you to $100,000 a year, right? It's 270 something, right? So that's not bad. That seems attainable, and it's very, very simple. And we'll show you some more results on that. The other thing is, which is great about this model, is that the website that you do create is so easy to create, right? And the reason is that there's no content really required. You find these products, in our case through a tool that we have, and they populate into the website, and there's pictures from the manufacturer or the supplier, and there's a description. So, you probably have to change the description a little bit because they're not always the greatest. But, it's not like you're sitting here having to write a 20-page long-form sales letter, okay? Which, is a big stumbling block for a lot of people. Heck, myself included. I'm not a copywriter. It's a whole nother set of skills, okay? And so, you don't need articles and blog posts and all this kind of crap. You just don't need any of it, all right? Because, you're sending highly targeted traffic, which we'll talk about in a minute, that they already know they want the product. They've already seen it. Heck, they probably already even know the price of it. They're ready to buy. They don't need any more convincing. And you just need something that funnels them in and makes the most of the people that come to the site. Okay. The other thing that's great is in sort of keeping it simple and is following what works. You know, we have spent years and have sent millions and millions of people to variations on these kind of websites, and so you develop a a system of best practices. You know, like moving the button over here always creates more conversions, and this color is always better, and that kind of thing. And so if you've got those templates to follow, you're already way ahead of the game. Okay. So we've got a product, we've got the platform, and now we've got to drive some traffic. Facebook right now is absolutely, it is the golden age of traffic for internet marketers. And it's really only been in the last 3 years or 4 years maybe, probably about more like 3 years, that this has been the case. Traffic has never been so easy or so cheap or so targeted as it is right now. It is absolutely unbelievable right now. And I don't expect it to change. In fact, I expect it to get better. And probably the biggest reason I feel that way is because Facebook is a public company. And before they were public, which, not coincidentally was, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, before they were public, their advertising platform was fair, but I was never a huge fan, and I certainly was nowhere near as passionate about it as I am today. But they realized, look, we're going to be a public company. What does that mean? It means we have to make money. And if we have to make money, we better make it through advertising, because that's about the only thing that we can sell. That's all. You don't have to pay to become a member of Facebook. So the only thing that they can sell is advertising. It's the same as Google, right? Google has tried a million different things, and yet the only thing they have ever made money at is advertising. That's it. So that's all Facebook can do. So Facebook realized, there are a lot of smart people there. They say, well, I guess if we have to make money with advertising, we better make sure it works for the customers. Because if it doesn't, nobody's going to advertise with us. So they have spent a lot of time making sure that the advertising experience is great for people like you and me. All right. And what does that mean? It means that we can get traffic easily, and we get a lot of it. We can get it cheap, and we can get it targeted. Here's some examples right here. And one way to look at the sort of the value of the traffic that you're getting is to say, well, this is how much I'm spending on the traffic. How much is that coming back to me in revenue? Okay. So you'll see here on the first line, spent $135 and got $1,000 of revenue back, more than $1,000. The second one, we spent about the same, $136. We got almost $700 back. The third one, spent $136 and got $1,250 back. Okay, so that last one, $136 we spend and we get $1,250 back. That's like you give Facebook $1 and they give you, $8 back. Okay, that's pretty good math. How many dollars, if you had that deal going, if Facebook came to you and said, listen, every dollar you give me, I'm going to give you $8. How many dollars do you think you want to give those guys? And I don't mean a rhetorical question. I want you to type that in. How many dollars would you give them if you knew that for every dollar you get 8 back? Yeah, we're seeing a ton of people writing, and obviously, although you'd be surprised at how many people don't understand this. You want to give them as many dollars as you can. You want to break open your kid's piggy bank and give them every single dollar that's in there, right? So that's the kind of return on investment that we're seeing, okay, with Facebook. And it's because the traffic is so targeted and it's so cheap and it's so abundant. It is the unicorn of perfect traffic. Here's some more examples, just to give you an idea of our process. The process is essentially you pick some products, you do a very, very quick test. And one thing to note back here, we're looking at $130 here. That is like a lot. Normally what we spend is micro budgets to test products and to test ads and things. We're talking about a couple dollars, okay? Not even tens of dollars, a couple dollars, all right, to be able to make sure that things work. And what our process is that we find products that work, and then we iterate on and optimize the advertising by going after the audience and targeting it more and more and refining it more and more. Okay, so you can see here we're doing an age breakdown. Here we're doing a sex breakdown. Okay, so we can see that the women here are converting at almost 9% and the men at only 3.3%. So we probably want to get rid of the men and just speak to the women. Okay, so that is the whole process that we go through, is we have this iterative optimization of ads, all right, which sounds, way more complex than it is, because it's very, very easy to use once you just learn sort of the paint by number system. And you get a return on investment that you're happy with, and we'll show some examples of that. And then you just push the nuclear button and you go, give me all the traffic you got, because I'm in this position where I'm giving Facebook $1, they're giving me 8 back. Okay, then I want to give them all my dollars until I don't have any more left, Okay. So it's laser targeting. Here's another example of why we can get this incredible traffic from Facebook so cheaply and so targeted, because we are now starting to be able to use overlapping audiences. And this is all part of our optimization process. And again, I want to stress, the optimization process is very easy to learn and very easy to replicate and implement. Okay? So basically what it allows you to do is to target the subset of two supersets here, right? So you've got American Airlines, people who are interested in American, British, and United Airlines, and people who are interested in Farmers, Lonely Planet, and Rides, travel guides. The middle, where they intersect, are the people that like both of those things, okay? And in this case, we can actually target that middle. And so that's part of our optimization process. Here's more detail on that. In this case, we're targeting people that are interested in Facebook for business, but they must also be interested in at least one of the autoresponder, the big autoresponder companies. Okay? So it's never been so easy to pinpoint the people who are most interested in your offer. Now, most people don't know what to do with all this, and they just get overwhelmed and they just go, yeah, this doesn't work. And that's where, this optimization process comes into play, where you just have to go through the step-by-steps. Now, you can see here that even when you optimize and get super granular, right? And in this case, we're saying, that a person that we want to reach has to like at least one of American Airlines, British Airways, or United Airlines. They also have to like one of the following guides, Farmers, Lonely Planet, or Rough Guides. But we want to make sure that no one in that group is interested in EasyJet or Southwest Airlines. Well, that would seem to be a pretty crazy, demographic to try and go for, right? But it still has a reach of 530,000 people, which is just remarkable, okay? And heck, in fact, Facebook is saying that our audience selection is fairly broad. Really? Okay. That would seem to be pretty targeted, right? So it's this ability to get in there and tweak and go through this iterative process that gets us to this amazing return on investments. And this laser targeting means that you can get incredibly targeted traffic and an incredible abundance of it, right? And it's cheap. I mean, you're talking pennies per click or even fractions of a penny. It's that kind of cost. Now, what we're aiming for here as we're evaluating the traffic that we're getting is we are looking to get that $1 per visitor. Now, I'll tell you that most of the time we blow that out of the water, okay? And in fact, if you look at this, here's two examples of the same, product targeting here. One is going after mobile, so anytime people are using Facebook on their mobile device. The other one is when they're on their desktop and they see right column ads on their Facebook feed. Now, don't worry about what those things are, because we'll explain all that, but it's not important now. The important thing right now is the concept, okay? And so on the mobile, we're only making $37 per visitor. Well, I'll tell you what, you know, 2 years ago, we would have been freaking thrilled with $37 earned per visitor. But now we are ridiculously spoiled, and we just poo-poo that, and we don't have any time for 37 cents per visitor. Okay, but over on the right column, we've got $1.09 earned per visitor. Now we're talking. Now we're getting a little bit better. Okay, it's helpful to have these metrics of, you know, dollar per visitor is kind of the minimum that you want to go for. That's what you at least want to shoot for. Make sure everything's working okay. But as you'll see, we've got some examples that it's pretty easy to blow that away. Here's one. If we took that example before that we had of targeting females and males, you could see that even at that crummy conversion rate, which again, years ago, would have been freaking thrilled at a 3.39% conversion rate. I would have thought that was the best I was ever going to get. The men are only contributing 67 cents per visitor, which, again, I want to stress, we would kill for before all this. But the women are at $2.25. So at this point, no big shock. Women are worth more than men, and not a surprise to me. I don't know about you, but I would stop trying to get the men to buy. I wouldn't even bother. I poo-poo on the 67 cents per visitor, and I'll take my $2.25 per visitor, and I'll hit the nuclear button and get all that I can. Okay. Here's something that's probably more realistic of what we usually see, which is blowing that dollar per visitor away completely. We've got, again, two examples that we're comparing against each other, and these two would be both, you would keep both of these, and you would say, yeah, I want to go nuclear on both of these. I want to get as much traffic as I possibly can for both of these examples. And this is what you start to see as you optimize. You know, you end up with a handful of winners, quote unquote, and you just put the full court press on them. Okay. So, you know, earning $1 per visitor is really a fantastic, and it's an easy way, it's an easy metric to look at, you know, to look at how you're doing and how things are going. But the other measurement is perhaps more valuable and just as easy to look at. You know, you want to look at how much you're spending versus how much is coming in, okay? And it's that equation of if I gave Facebook $1 and they're going to give me $8 back, how many do I want to give them, right? So in this scenario, you can see on the upper left, Facebook is giving me back $2.9 for every dollar I give them. The other on the right, they're giving me $5.9, then 4.7, then 3.5. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I would take the 5.9, right, for as many dollars as I can give them, but I'll give them as many dollars as I can for all of these, because that math is awesome for every single one of those, okay? So this is the power of this, and what we see all the time, and is not the exception, which I think is something that is incredibly unique. This is the rule. This is why this is so, you know, amazing. This is not the exception. This is the norm. It's just not hard, you know. These kinds, you know, here you can see we were looking at demographics and looking at age and trying to decide if one age was trying to, was converting better and giving us more of a return on investment. In this case, they're all great. So it's like, okay, all right, well, I'm going to stop trying. I've won the game. I'm done. You know, I'm absolutely done. So it's just not hard. It is the rule, not the exception. So the three things that you need to look at, okay, as you're figuring out your dollar per visitor and making sure that you're getting a whole bunch of dollars back for every dollar you spend on advertising. Certainly the cost per click is really what we'd look at. So every time somebody clicks and goes to your site, how much does that cost? Then you've got the conversion rate. So if you send 100 people to your site, how many of those people buy something? Could be one thing, could be 100 things, but how many people buy something? Okay, that's your conversion rate. And then your earnings per sale. And so that is, of all the people that bought something, all right, what is the, what's the average amount that they actually buy? You know, do most people buy 5 of those things? Do most people buy 1, right? More is better. Okay, so those are the three things, the three vital levers that go into this math that gives you the dollar per visitor and the return on investment. So at the end of the day, okay, in order to get to 100,000 a year in 60 days or less, and with one simple website, you just need the right product, set of products, small set of products, platform that converts, and reliable targeted traffic. Okay? It is not a difficult formula to implement. One thing to note, look, this is, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, this internet thing is here to stay. Okay? I mean, there is no ceiling to e-commerce. Absolutely none. These are actuals and projections, and I would argue that anybody on this call doesn't have to worry about any ceiling ever happening. Eventually, I guess it will happen, but none of us will be around to see it, I don't think. This is just simply growing and growing. $5.6 billion per day. And that just blows me away, that number. Facebook, same thing. Everybody is on Facebook. And as the world gets more connected, what's the first thing that people do? They join Facebook so they can watch cat videos. There's no ceiling on Facebook. And I would argue that none of us on this call have to worry about when the ceiling is going to hit. For many people, Facebook is the internet. They either go to Facebook for most of their internet needs. They go to Amazon when they have a very specific thing. It's like, oh, okay, I know I want to buy this, so I'm going to go over to Amazon. And they go to Google when they're researching something. But the place they spend all their time is Facebook. I think I made my point. It's, online shopping ain't going anywhere. Facebook ain't going anywhere. So this is what I was talking about with the traditional physical products internet marketing model. And again, I want to stress that we love, love, love this model. But this really illustrates the weakness of this model. You can see this, this poor little guy here is not happy. And why is he not happy? He's not happy because the first thing that you have to do when you're implementing a physical product business is you have to spend money. And that kind of sucks, because it puts you at risk. And so when you're starting that and when you're looking to do that, you may have to spend, we've seen it done for as little as $500, but that's really the exception. You might more typically have to spend thousands of dollars to get a decent amount of inventory. Okay? And that puts you for two things. Okay, the first thing is that you might not sell those things. If this is something new, you don't know the market that well. Maybe they don't sell for whatever reason. All right, so now you bought all this product and you can't sell it. The second reason that it puts you at risk is for cash flow. Let's say that you get it, all right, and it goes to Amazon and it takes you 2 months to sell all that stuff. Well, you don't get that money back until each of those units sells. And then, oh, by the way, if you get good news, like maybe a month into it and the products are flying off the shelf, which is great news, what you're faced with is, good grief, I have to rebuy more inventory or I'm going to run out of stock. And that's not what I want. And so now I have to put more money into the business, which is usually a good thing, and it is, but you have this cash flow issue to manage. All right, and you have this inventory that's sitting somewhere. You've got fulfillment processes, and so it's a real downside. And let me tell you, when we because of the volume that we do, it's not $500 to $3,000 orders we're placing. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars of our cash that goes out the door. And I don't care how successful you are; those are painful wires to make. Okay, I know because I do them all. All right. And each time a little piece of me dies, even though I know it's going to a good place, okay? So it's a big deal. Now, this model that we're talking about tonight, you can see that the guy over here is very happy. And the guy over there is very happy because, like I've been saying, we are keeping all of the good things about this model, of which there are plenty. And we're getting rid of the one big weakness, which is the cash flow and the risk. There is zero risk. In this model, you are sending traffic to your website, your customer buys something, you get paid instantly. All right, so to use a very specific example, let's say that a customer buys two $5 items. It's $10. And oh, by the way, there's a $4.95 shipping and handling charge. So that's $14.95. When they press buy, that money goes into your PayPal account, to use PayPal as an example. You get the money immediately, nanoseconds after somebody says, I'm buying. And then what you do, and only then, is you go to the supplier and you say, hey, I got a guy. He just bought 2 of these things. I'm going to pay you $2.50 for each of them. Okay, so I'm going to pay you $5. And for that $5, you're going to take the product, you're going to package it up, and you're going to ship it directly to my customer. Here's all his information. Okay, so I'm going to give you $5, but I collected $14.95. So that means I made a profit of $9.95 without touching the product, without having to buy inventory, without having to put any money at risk. Okay. Now, years ago, people sort of poo-pooed this model, and it was looked upon with a little bit of disdain, But now, this is the direction that all of industry is headed, and it even has a name. It's just-in-time manufacturing or supply chain. There are a couple different variations, but the common core there is just-in-time. And if you bring it to its logical conclusion, manufacturers don't even want to manufacture a product until somebody orders it, right? That's the most efficient usage of all the resources, all of industry in the whole world, right? Because every time you have to pre-make stuff, and then people have to buy bunches of it and put it in a warehouse, and that's money that's not being used to work. That's money that's sitting somewhere. So it's not efficient. So the most efficient thing in the world, let's take Tesla, for example. You buy a Tesla online. That sends a signal to the factory. The factory says, I better get the robots to deliver the raw materials from 4 or 5 other companies just in time. It shows up in the manufacturing plant, and I manufacture the car just for this guy, just in time, and then I deliver it to him. Okay? That is the future of all industry and everything and all supply chain all over the place, because it is just the natural efficiency, right? So that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. All right, Aiden, you ready to take things back?
I am ready. Just want to do an audio check again, guys. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to take the slides back. We've had a ton of good comments coming in from people. Seems like the penny is dropping here.
That's good.
And it's starting to make some sense. So I'm going to make this full screen. Alrighty. So let me just pull this into place here. So inevitable results. I mean, this process becomes absolutely inevitable because you're able to control absolutely everything from the outset. It's no longer a game of chance, and it works fast. And the earning potential is absolutely huge here. You can capture this lightning in a bottle, and I mean, the system really works like a well-oiled machine. You can see fast results, and it works incredibly well on brand new websites. We showed you a website, actually we're about to show you a website which is brand new, under a few months old, and it's doing a run rate of $600,000 per year. So brand new websites. It's also a strategy that you can use to revitalize underperforming websites as well. So from 0 to $1,688 per day in 26 days. Are you guys ready to see this website? Just type in the chat box if you're ready to see this now. Type in the chat box. I want to see at least half the people here typing in that you want to see this. Okay. All right, well, we're going to go and have a look at it right now then. This is the website. You're seeing it on your screen right now. I'm going to take you over and show you behind the scenes. So let me just escape out of here, and I'll pull up my browser. So you should be able to see right now the website on the screen here. There may be a little bit of a delay for some people, but you should be able to see it. Can just want to, Steve, can you actually see that? Just want to make sure that you can see it. If you could, there we go. It seems to.
Hold on one second. Yeah, I just have to unmute myself. Yep, I can see it all very well.
Okay. So guys, this is a website about outdoor products. And you can see that some websites sell for $2.99. Others sell for up to $499. It's a simple website. If we have a look at it a bit more closely here, let's sort of have a look at how much text is involved on this website. We've got a few different bits of text up here. Scroll down. Some of the products have text. Let's have a look at this canvas bag, this backpack, sells for $36.97. It's got a very small amount of text and it's got a title, but it doesn't have anything else. I mean, that's really it. It's got a few different images down here, but that's it. So let's go down into the back of this now. Let's have a look at last month. These are statistics. So you're seeing inside here, you're seeing the actual sales statistics. And you can see last month did $38,006 in total, okay? $1,200 was the average gross per day. Average net sales, $969 per day, okay? So, and let's have a look at just the last few days. So actually I'll put it in here. Last few days. You can see that yesterday we did $2,243 in sales. The previous day, $1,978, and the previous day, $1,696. So it's cruising along, decent, couple of $1,000s per day. Very simple site. We were able to set this up in a matter of seconds. Okay, I'm going to come back over to my slides here now. So pretty impressive, right? That website is built using a tool which can install it in just a couple of seconds. Now, a few people have said, hey, that looks like it's on WordPress. Actually, yes, it is on WordPress. We do use Shopify for some of our websites, but I'll explain why we use WordPress at the end. It's basically for your benefit and because we've been able to fully optimize the layout and everything like that, customize it to our needs. So how does this website work? Firstly, you run a simple Facebook ad. You can see an ad here showing some products that we sell, little minions, okay? Funny little product, but sells quite well. And someone sees that ad on Facebook, someone that we've targeted very carefully. They click on the ad, they come to our website, and then some people will buy. Okay, when the order is placed, you instantly get money in your PayPal account. Okay, so you instantly get the money. Once you've got the money, you then send the product out to the buyer, who could be anywhere. Right? You never touch the product, and you don't have to pay in advance. So I've given you a bit of a look behind the scenes already, and here you can see the first 7 days that website was live. So the first 7 days from the 26th of January, the first 7 days of this year, $357 in sales. Okay, $32 gross, that was the average each day. We made 46% profit margin for $23.46. In the first month, we made a 49% profit margin because we optimized things. Okay, we did $14,599. That's 335 orders. Okay, now this is very easy to scale. I mean, earning potential for each website is virtually limitless. This is not something that can get saturated. So saturation is not an issue either because literally there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that you can target, very specific targeting, and there's thousands and thousands of products that you can go after. What you've just seen is a $600,000 per year website, one single website bringing in that kind of money. It's unlikely that you're going to max out one niche. So that was an outdoors products website. But if you did somehow max it out, it'd be a good problem to have, and you could just launch a new website. So we want to show you some screenshots here. November 2015, $99,000 coming into our PayPal account. We use PayPal for 90% of our orders. It means we've got the money instantly. Okay, December, $117,000. January, $391,000. February, 63,000. March, 78,000. The reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to see with your own eyes that this is something that you can scale on a great, huge level. Now, we've got a lot of different stores and we sometimes set up different PayPal accounts for them. Here's another one of our PayPal accounts showing the 1st of March to the 15th of March. This one doesn't earn quite as much as the others, but still $16,000 coming in. That's not bad. And we took withdrawals of $15,000. You can see every couple of days money coming into a bank account. $2,000, $1,500, $3,100. It's like clockwork. Now, this is the big opportunity right now, okay? You can piggyback on the major trend, which is e-commerce, online sales, but also on Facebook, because we've got this incredible way that we can target people right now, okay? We can track absolutely everything. Now, most online sellers have no idea what they're doing. They just don't have any clue, okay? But you can swoop in and clean up in a big, big way. Now is the time to build a life-changing, real business, okay? Everything is aligned. It's like the stars are aligned. I mean, Facebook is in a golden era. E-commerce is easier than ever, especially using this new risk-free model that we're talking about here. So you really have two parts. Part number one is to go it alone. I mean, this is doable. You'll have some bumps in the road and you'll need to do a lot of trial and error, undoubtedly. It may take you longer, probably much longer. For me, personally, it took 24 months, 2 years, working the grind to get to $100,000. My first 2 years online, my first 24 months, that's how long it took. I was working a 9-hour day job, 9-hour per day day job, getting up at 4 in the morning. I'd work from 4 in the morning. I was living in Auckland in New Zealand at the time, 4 in the morning every morning, and I'd work until about 8 in the morning. I'd go to work. I'd be falling asleep at my desk. I'd get home. I'd do another hour. But that's what I did to get started. I did it the hard way, all right? 8 to 12 weeks. This is the time it takes our most dedicated students to hit a $100,000 per year run rate when nothing else would work for them. 53 days. That's how long it took Brent to earn $74,000. $74,653 in his first 53 days using the same tried and tested method. 30 days. That's how long it took John to pull in $125,743.25 using the same tried and tested method that we've been explaining here. I mean, this is insane, right? This is like crazy money. But that's what's possible with this system. Now, being able to follow in the footsteps of people who have already done what you want to do is one of the fastest paths to success. It's not rocket science. If you want to do something, find someone who's already done it and follow in their footsteps. Don't reinvent the wheel, okay? You can start building a real business online today. Doesn't matter what you're currently doing. I mean, if you're brand new to this, just getting started, that's fine. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, that's fine. If you're currently doing some kind of online marketing, affiliate marketing, maybe you're selling on Amazon, maybe you're selling info products, maybe you're doing AdSense, it doesn't matter because this works for everyone and we are 100% certain of that. Now, we've sold millions online over the past decade, okay, millions in lots of different ways. We've built a very, very successful online marketing business, okay, and we do hundreds of thousands every single month, millions in different things. Now, what really inspires us though, the thing that really keeps driving us forward at the cutting edge of online business is helping amazing people like you to get life-changing results, okay? We never get tired of hearing these heart-warming messages from our students. I mean, that just never gets old. Here's John, and he said that, and I was going to show you a video, but you'll be able to see it at a different time. John says, in my first 30 days, I made $125,000 in sales. Working with Aidan and Steve has changed my business, has changed in a way that no one else has ever been able to do before. It's been a complete game changer. Everything keeps improving on a month-by-month basis. He's in North Carolina. 125 grand in his first 30 days. Rob says, I've managed to grow a business from virtually nothing to about $10,000 per month. Rob's in the UK. Adrian, and this is one of my favorites, he says, Since working through Aidan and Steve's program, my online business has grown from nothing to the point where it allows me to pay for my daughter's private school and my other daughter's daycare. It's growing every week. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. I mean, these are stories that we get over and over and over again. Okay, look at what Mark says. I earned $18,000 in my first month. After 6 months, I've now earned $160,000. My goal is $300,000 in my first year. Pretty amazing stuff. Here we've got Patrick and Kelly in Australia. They went from 0 to 20 grand a month. I mean, the stories go on and on and on, okay? And we want you to be our next success story. These are just normal people getting amazing results. Joe and Karen, you know, Joe was an LAPD police officer and he decided that he wanted to quit his job, and he could do that because he built up a $20,000 per month income in 9 months. Why is our student success rate so high? You might be asking yourself that. Now, there are a lot of different reasons. One important factor, though, are our unique test beds. We haven't really mentioned these up until now. Unlike most online systems, using our unique method, you can test profitability at the very beginning of the process. It's a game changer because it allows you to see what works and what doesn't work very quickly, and then you can turbocharge your results. So, for example, have you ever built a website and you had to wait a couple of months, and after a couple of months you realized it didn't work? Or maybe you launched a Kindle book and you had to wait a couple of months and then you realized it didn't really get many sales. They are some of the traditional flaws with different online marketing models, okay? But you don't have that with this, because on day one you can see if it's going to work or not. Anyone can do this. Here's another screen. Here's another people that are getting amazing results. 1 million in sales since December 2014. $75 per day. Here's some webinar comments. We get these every single week in our trainings, okay? I've been, every single week, and you could be involved in these trainings and getting the same results because it works for anyone. There's no barriers to entry, there's no experience required, there's no ongoing costs, there's no content costs, there's no ongoing search engine optimization, no technical issues. Remember, this is something that's simple, okay? There's no glass ceiling. 60 days to reach $100,000 per year. That's what we're talking about here. Going from 0 to $274 per day. All you have to do is follow the proven path, follow the proven formula. We want you to be our next success story, and we are certain that you can do it. We've put together a complete package of training, tools, and hand-holding support to give you everything you need to change your life with this business right now. Everything you need to build this business for yourself is included in our 100K Factory Ultra Edition program. Now, what's 100K Factory Ultra Edition going to do for you? Well, it can give you unlimited family time or just time to do whatever it is that you want to do. You know, a secure retirement. When I asked that question at the beginning of the call, a lot of people said they were retired, okay? How much extra money would you like for your retirement? Or maybe you're getting close to retirement and you want to build a nice little nest egg. You can absolutely do it using the system. Maybe you want to be your own boss and work from home without an alarm clock. Or maybe you want to enable your husband or wife to quit their job so they can stay at home. Maybe you want to give your kids the opportunities that you never had. I mean, the bottom line is that you get financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. When these three types of freedom combine, you can really live life on your terms. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, and wherever you want. Everything we have spoken about so far is in phase 1 of the system. Okay, 100K Factory Ultra Edition has 3 phases. Phase 1 is a quick cash flow injection, 0 to $274 per day in 60 days. Okay, that's what we're talking about. That's all we've spoken about so far, but we don't stop there, because why would you want to stop at $274 per day if you can keep going? Why not build to $2,000 a day? You know, or more. That's what we do in phase 2 and phase 3 of the system. Income automation and strategic expansion, turning this $274 per day income into an empire. Okay. Now, again, everything that we've discussed so far is in phase 1. In your first 8 weeks, this is what you're going to do. We're going to walk you through showing you how to do this. We cover all of these 7 steps in your first 8 weeks. Choosing a product, testing the profitability on those special test beds, helping you engage the traffic, setting up your website, taking orders, optimizing conversions, and growing in the first 8 weeks to a business which is earning at a run rate of $100,000 per year. Pretty amazing stuff, and we've been able to do it over and over again. So I'm going to run through what you actually get inside 100K Factory Ultra Edition now. The first is the 100K code. This is how you're going to go from $0 to $100,000 in 60 days. And I'll talk more about this. This is kind of like the special recipe that we use. 100K Command Center is next. This is your one-stop management dashboard. This is going to help you install your websites at the click of a button and manage every aspect of your business. The 100K case study is next. This is a 12-week live demo, step-by-step. You're going to see us doing this right in front of your eyes. 100K Converter. This is one of the secret weapons that effortlessly allows us to convert our visitors into buyers. Okay, and you might have been wondering a few times, how the heck do we get $1 per visitor? Part of that is because our websites convert like crazy. They're conversion machines. And then 100K Coaching. We're going to be with you every step of the way. So give you a bit more info about these. The first pillar, 100K code, this is the top secret recipe, shows you how to build an insanely lucrative business in under 60 days and then scale that up in phase 2 and phase 3. Okay. The 100K Command Center, this has got 4 modules. The first is for building, installing and populating your websites in seconds. You can 100% eliminate errors. You can make this 100% foolproof, and you've got 0 chance of setting it up wrong, okay? Because we do all of the heavy lifting for you, essentially. You can install your website in a matter of seconds just by pushing a few buttons. It's all done for you in the 100K Command Center. The second module scans and identifies product opportunities. Now, a few people have been asking, how do I find a good product opportunity? What's a good product? And we've got a database which has got 1.1 million products in it. 1.1 million. That's the update we got from one of our team today. We've now got 1.1 million products in our database, which you can suck in, filter them based on some special criteria that we use, and choose something to start selling. One simple product could be worth $100,000 per year for you or more. Okay. The third module is tracking your vital metrics and fulfillment. So one of the things that we had with our test students was people started saying, hey, this is great. My website's earning a lot of money, but it's taking a lot of time now because I have to fulfill the orders. Well, that's not an issue because we've got an automatic fulfillment system in place which will do all that heavy lifting for you. Again, we're all about automation and making it as easy as we can. Module 4 is how you're going to be creating captivating images in seconds using a cloud-based, easy-to-use graphic design suite. The 100K Command Center has cost us over $30,000 to develop. It's got a value of $2,997. Okay. The third thing is the 100K case study. Now, when I was getting started online, and even today, the way that I learn best is by watching other people. This is 12 weeks where you're going to watch us build one of these websites from scratch. Okay, completely from scratch, so you can make it 100% hands-off. You're going to see us, how we do that. You're also going to get weekly milestone checkpoints. So, we're going to know where you're at and we're going to be able to be your accountability partner if you need it. Some people need to be held accountable. We can do that for you. Everyone will get to the finish line. And over-the-shoulder mentoring is also included in this. So to get you to your 60-day goal, you'll be building your business alongside us. That's got a value of $2,364. Pillar number 4 is the 100K converter. Now, we've got 5 different tools in the converter. The converter is, again, how we convert our visitors. It turns your websites into conversion machines. Prospect Hounds is the first thing. This is something that stealthily follows website visitors around your site and uses clever prompts to drive more sales. Okay. The OTO coder is next. This is something that will allow you to exploit one-time offers. So this normally increases revenue, increases earnings by 27% when we install it and set it up. Okay. ShareForce. This is something that will allow you to tap into viral shoppers, and we've seen 1,000% sales increases on some websites just by using ShareForce. Social Checker is another thing, reduces cart abandonment by 21%, then the re-engager can add 34% revenue. So $1,997, that's the total value that you've got here. And again, these are things that will put a lot of money in your pocket. I mean, the 100K Converter is built to help you create a conversion machine. Turn your website from a normal website into a conversion machine. And then 100K Coaching. 3 tiers of support, done for you decisions. You're getting 1 year of direct access to us and our expert coaches. So we've got a team of people. It's not just us. We've got a team of people in the background who have successfully built up these businesses. You're getting access to them and to us. Stamp for approval, so we can give you the green light on important marketing decisions. We've got a technical support desk. So if you ever have any technical issue with your website, well, it's not going to be a hurdle for you. It's not going to be an obstacle. And market analysis. If you're worried about which market to start in, I mean, if it's really necessary, we can just give you one because we've got 1.1 million ideas in our database. This level of support and coaching includes a huge investment of time on our part. We don't launch one product every single month. We don't launch a whole bunch of internet marketing products all the time because we're in the trenches looking after our customers, looking after our members. Now, I want to put this in perspective. What is coaching really worth? Steve and I charge $12,000 per year for one-on-one coaching. That's what we charge. We've got a mastermind group that pays $12,000 per year each person. Our panel of expert coaches are earning thousands, actually tens of thousands per month from this, and they could easily charge $5,000 each per year. You're getting access to all of this and much, much more. Now, there is a catch, guys. There are 3 important limitations. We've got 3 special bonuses for action takers. These bonuses are only available to people who are on this call and who invest right now during this webinar. The first special bonus is our private scale list. This is a list of 53 pre-researched ideas that you can take and use immediately. Okay, these are product ideas that you can just take and use. These will save you time and and likely make you a ton of money. Now, we had 2 of our team spend 2 full weeks doing research. They originally had 1,000 ideas on their list. They filtered it down to the best 53. Steve and I, we checked every single one of them, and we were originally going to use this for our own business, okay, but we decided we wanted to make it a special bonus available today for the people that jump in this early bird workshop. The second special bonus is the Beta Society. It's got a value of $1,497. The Beta Society is an exclusive group of inner circle members who work directly with us and who are invited to test new systems, software, and strategies that we develop. By being part of the secret society, you'll get to enjoy a priority access pass to help us test and develop new methods and new systems in the future. Now, you may be wondering, our guinea pig students, our test students, how do we find them? Well, a lot of them are part of this Beta Society. Now you're going to be part of that too. Okay? This is something that we've never spoken about before. We've never even mentioned before. Okay? And then special bonus number 3 is our Facebook lead machine training. This is access to private, advanced Facebook lead generation training that was previously only accessible to our small group of $12,000 per year mastermind students. Okay? It's on-stage training where we show 3 different ways to build email subscribers every month using Facebook. Okay? So here's a recap of what you get. You're getting the 100K code. That's got a value of $2,997. That is the secret recipe. You're getting the 100K command center. This is your dashboard. This is your control center. Okay? This is how we're going to push a few buttons and make all the magic happen. That's got a value of $2,997. You're getting the 100K case study, over the shoulder demonstration training for 12 weeks. You're going to be able to follow along with us. This has got a value of $2,364. The 100K converter, this is how you're going to turn your website into a conversion machine. It's got a value of $1,997, and you're getting 1 year of coaching. That's got a value of $9,997, and the 3 bonuses as well. I mean, the total value here is huge, $24,346. Now, we haven't mentioned the development costs. The reality is that 100K Factory Ultra Edition cost us a lot of money to develop. The tools, 100K Command Center, over $30,000. The converter, $15,500. We've spent over $23,000 in testing. That's $68,500, and this does not include the hundreds of hours we've personally spent building this thing up, okay? This is a high quality training product, unlike anything you would have seen before. I mean, each of the tools that we've developed, we use ourselves. They're key parts to our business, and now we're making them available to you. This is extremely limited. Our personal time is being invested here, getting to $1,688 per day in 26 days. That's what we're talking about. That's what we showed you in the demonstration site. And this is the most exciting program that we have ever released. We had over 26,000 people sign up to the waiting list. You can see it down here, 100K Factory waiting list. The reason you're on this workshop is because you signed up into our system. 26,906 people are on the waiting list. I mean, there is no doubt that this is going to fill up fast. We start on Friday, this week, as in 4 days from now. 4 days from now, we start. We've got a super secret fast start training session for new members. Okay, so spaces are going to fill up. We're going to get underway. We have no plans to reopen this ever. Okay, this will not be available for long. You know, we haven't reopened any of our last 5 training programs. When the doors closed, they are closed. This is not something that you want to miss. This is immensely valuable. You won't pay $24,979. You won't pay $14,997 either. And, you know, both of these numbers, we've had students come in their first 30 days and earn more than both of these combined. $9,997. If all this does is get you to the point where you can cover all of your living costs, cover your rent, your mortgage, if you have one, you know, pay off the mortgage, pay all the grocery bills, put food on the table and take your family on a nice vacation each year, would it be worth spending this kind of money on? If all this does is gets you to $274 per day in 60 days and you can maintain that, would it be worth spending this? Hopefully you're saying yes. Now, we want to make this as affordable as we possibly can for everyone, so you won't pay $9,997. You won't even pay $4,997 because you can get complete access right now for 3 payments of $997. In fact, you can get started for even less for people. Make your investment. Jump in right now. We are 100% committed to your success and we'll do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, to ensure that you succeed. We've got a 100% money-back guarantee, risk-free, 60 days to test this thing out for yourself, okay? And if you're not happy, if something isn't working for you, you know, no hard feelings, you can return it, we'll give you a refund inside 60 days, no questions asked. Now, you might be wondering, okay, great, I'm covered for the investment in 100K Factory Ultra Edition, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? Well, we're excited today to announce for the first time ever that we are so confident in this that we are offering you not just a 100% refund guarantee for 60 days, but we're also offering you a $500 cash, nothing to lose guarantee. So as long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our stamp of approval and coaching system, we guarantee to buy back your business for $500 if for some weird reason you're unable to make sales. Nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain here. This is how confident we are, okay? We want to change your life and we don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain here. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. Do not wait any longer to sign up. Spaces are filling up fast and they're only available on a first come, first served basis. We are very limited in the number of people we can help, so you need to move fast or you will miss out. Now, word of warning, the registration period is ending soon. Okay? If you visit the URL below and you see that it says it's sold out, then I'm sorry, but you missed out. By waiting just one more day to register, by waiting until tomorrow, you risk letting technical issues, life, or anything else get in your way. Once the registration period ends, that is it. 0 extra people will be allowed in. You can see the link on the screen right there. Go there right now and sign up and you're going to get those special bonuses that I mentioned. This training this call, this webinar is going to be shut down in a few moments' time. So you need to get in right now. Once you're in, please put your name in the chat box. We want to know that you're in so that we can make sure that you get added to the special area where you're getting these bonuses, okay? But you need to move right now or you will miss out. Last time we launched the program was 9 months ago. 10 months actually, 10 months. It was at the start of June last year. We do not launch programs often, and when they are closed, they are closed. We have people begging us to let them in. They're still waiting and have been for the past 10 months. Do not let this happen to you. It took me 2 years, 24 months it took me to build my first $100,000 online. We're showing you how you can do it in 8 weeks. Here's what you need to do right now. Go to the URL below, fill out the registration form, and instantly get private access details to your email. Okay, so go to that page, 100KFactory.com/go, select your payment method. You've got a split payment or you've got the one-time payment. Choose your option, fill out the registration form. You'll get private access sent to your email immediately, and you could be in the members area about 2 or 3 minutes from now. Watch the welcome video, go through the pre-class materials, and get ready to rock because we kick this thing off on Friday. Do not wait another second. Go to that link right now. Let us know once you've jumped in. We want to know. We want to be able to, and we won't be able to call everyone's names out because a lot of people are jumping in here. But we want to know, and we will be checking. Now, why is 100K Factory Ultra Edition for you? Well, it really comes down to time. I mean, you can condense your learning curve from years into just 12 weeks. We're making it easy for you. We're giving you all the tools, all the training, everything that you could possibly need to make this work, and we're giving you a blueprint. $468 per day, that's what Freddie earns who lives in South Africa. Here's what Freddie has to say. I invested in the 100K Factory program in 2015. I was able to add $45,000 in profit to my bottom line during 2015 as a direct result of the 100K Factory program. We have got a huge list of people who have been successful with this. We could keep going on and on and on about this, but it's really up to you to make sure that you are the next person that has success with this. What I want to do right now is take you to this URL, okay? So I'm going to just take you over here. So it's 100KFactory.com/go, okay? That's the special URL. I'm going to just copy that. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste it in here. And I want to show you. And Angela Scott has just jumped in. Thanks for jumping in, Angela. I know a lot of other people are as well, but I just caught that one out of the corner of my eye. Great to have you. So this is the page that you'll go to. Remember, guys, it's 100KFactory.com/go. Okay. You can see that there's 2 options. One is a 3-part payment plan, 3 payments of $997. The other is a one-time discount payment plan. If you take the one-time payment, you can get in for one payment of $2,497. If you click on that, add to cart, you can see this is all done through ClickBank, so it's a very safe system. You can pay with credit card, so Visa or MasterCard, or you can pay with PayPal. You've got different options. Just fill out this form and you'll be ready to go, okay? And you'll be in the members area in a matter of seconds, okay? Now, again, everything that we've spoken about has really been in these first 60 days, okay? That's what we're worried about initially because we want to get money coming into your account just as fast as we possibly can. All right, so we're going to take some questions now, I've got a list that I've kind of been noting down here as I've seen them.
Hey, do we want to give away a little cash too?
Yeah. Why don't we take some questions first, and then we can do some of the cash giveaway. Okay. So here's one, and I'll just let you answer this one, Steve. Yeah. What if you are starting from scratch with absolutely no experience? Is this something that can work?
Oh, yeah, I mean, absolutely, and I think it's one of the best things to start out with. I think it's the best thing to start out with because of the lack of risk. There's just no, most everything else, other models, you've got financial risk, you've got the cash flow risk, you've got time investment risk. With this, you're going to see things happen really, really fast, and you don't have to risk cash. So, yeah, I think it's perfect.
Janice is asking, I want to jump in, but I want to know if there's any other costs involved.
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of people asking that, and I could say, over and above obviously the cost of the course, there will be a couple domains to register, two for our process, and some hosting, and a trivial amount of testing for Facebook advertising. But again, we talked about micro budgets being in the dollars, not even the tens of dollars. So nothing material, I guess, is the bottom line. There are no upsells at all, so we don't ever do that. There's no downsells, there's no cross sells or anything. So no, there are really no material costs other than what we've talked about.
A couple of people seem to be concerned with competition and saturation. So I'll ask you the first one. So Sarah says, aren't we going to be going into direct competition with Amazon? And should I worry about that?
Yeah, we get a lot of people are asking that question. And, the answer is you're not competing with Amazon at all. It's completely different process. It's a completely different funnel. If you think about why people go to Amazon, they do not go to Amazon to just browse around. I mean, Amazon is not the online equivalent of the mall where you might go and just walk around and see if anything strikes your fancy. In fact, it's a painful website to navigate unless you're looking for something specific. So when you go to Amazon, you're like, I need a new vacuum cleaner. And you go and you type in vacuum cleaner, and then you look at all the vacuum cleaners and you decide which one you want to get. And so that's not what we're doing. We're not trying to compete with the other vacuum cleaners. What we're doing is we're taking people who are hanging out in Facebook and essentially people who are socializing and walking through the mall. And we're putting something in the display window and that we know will appeal to the audience that we're showing it to. And we're saying, hey, look over here. You can get this for $4.95. And it's an impulse buy, and people click on it and go and buy. They're not sitting there trying to research and price shop and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very different sales cycle. So you're not competing at all is really the answer with Amazon.
Barry is asking, how long does it take to make money?
Yep, another question everybody's asking. And, the easiest way to answer that is once you build your website, I kind of want to say that it's like 24 hours, after that, believe it or not. But even that sounds kind of crazy. But in reality, it could be like an hour after you build your website that you're starting to make money. So it's crazy, crazy quick, quickest we've ever seen. And there's no wait time, because you can do everything online without having any delays. You don't have to wait for, a whole bunch of product research because you can do it real quickly. You don't have to wait to purchase inventory and have it delivered somewhere or anything like that. So it's just bang, bang, bang. You can do it really fast.
What else have we got here? How long do your ads run for? And are your websites secure?
The websites are secure. And as far as the ads running for, it goes back to that whole equation that we were talking about with, look, if you give Facebook $1 and you're going to get $8 back, how long do you want to be giving them dollars? Forever. So as long as it keeps giving you $8 back, and the minute you're not happy with what you get it back for whatever reason, then you stop. But until such time, you're clear.
Yeah. Melanie is saying, how do I find a supplier?
Yeah, bunch of questions on that as well. People concerned about that. This is, again, under that theme of we want to keep all the good and get rid of the bad. One of the bad is finding suppliers who will do this kind of arrangement and finding the right products and having to speak to them maybe on the phone. And, these are problems for a lot of people. So this system allows you to do all of it 100% online. We've got 1 million or more products that you can choose from. They're all set up to operate in this manner. and you never actually have to even speak to anyone. So you could do it online. So it's perfect.
Craig has got two questions. He says, one is, we've spoken a lot about Facebook. Is that the only traffic source that we use? And secondly, he's asking about the payment processor. So I think I can chime in here. We use PayPal most of the time, but we've got other payment processors that we can use as well. So if for some reason you can't use PayPal, don't let that stop you. PayPal is easy for most people, but if there's some reason that you can't, there's a million other alternatives out there. As for Facebook, Facebook's not the only game in town. It's a great way to start, for sure. But if you don't have Facebook, there's a lot of other ways that you can get traffic as well. The main thing that we focus on is being able to measure our conversion rate and make sure that we're getting a positive return on investment. So you can use Google Ads. You can do that. You just have to measure, are you spending $1 and making $1.50 back? Are you spending $1 and making $5 back? Or are you spending $1 and making 50 cents back? As long as you can measure that, then you're good to go. There's a whole range of different traffic sources. I'm just going to give, why don't we, I'll just give a quick recap here, Steve, and then we can give away some of that $5,000 cash. So in the meantime, we can either pick out someone at random or we can ask some kind of interesting question. So as we mentioned, this is a guarantee unlike anything that we have ever done before, and we're doing it because we're so confident in the process. We know that if you follow along, follow the training curriculum without any deviation, you actively use our stamp of approval and our coaching system, then we can guarantee to buy back your business for $500 if some weird reason, some weird thing happens and you're unable to make sales. So you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain. We are going to be finishing this call in just a couple of moments' time. So if you haven't jumped in yet, now is the time to jump in to get those special bonuses, which I'm going to talk about right now. Jump in right now. You don't have to, you can still listen to us talking, but you can go over to that page and actually start processing the order, okay? Now, we want to make sure you're in before we finish this call so you get all those bonuses and all that good stuff. So let me just recap what we've got here. You're getting the code. This is essentially the recipe, okay? This is the recipe that shows you how to do it, okay? So when do you do each thing? How do you do each thing? You're getting all of that. You're getting the command center. This is like your tool, okay? This is your tool suite that allows you to do each part of the process, okay? So if you're baking a cake, then you've got a recipe. You've got some tools which you're going to use, like an oven, maybe a microwave. They're the first two, the 100K code and the 100K command center. The 100K case study is a 12-week live demo. That's as good as you sitting right next to us and watching us do it. Small steps, week by week, to get you to the finish line. You've got the 100K converter. This is a secret weapon that is going to effortlessly convert your visitors into buyers. And of course, you've got the coaching on top of all that. So it's a very complete package. Each one of those 5 things is designed to do something specific. And on top of all that, you're also getting these special bonuses. So the 53 pre-research product scale list, you're going to get access to that. You're going to get access to the Beta Society. Now, this is something pretty cool that we have never offered access to before, but you will be in the Beta Society. You'll be in our exclusive group of Inner Circle members who get to work with us and test out different things as we come out with them. Facebook Lead Machine, you're getting that as well. So this is a recap of what you're getting, and you're getting it all at zero risk, no risk whatsoever. Okay, you're getting all of this for zero risk, and you can jump in right now. So guys, go ahead, go to 100kfactory.com/go, jump in right now, and we'll be happy to see you on the other side. We start on Friday, but there's some stuff you can do before then, so you'll be prepared to hit the ground running on Friday. Okay, so I know a lot of people are typing that they're jumping in. Keep typing that you're jumping in, even if we haven't read out your name, because we've still got over 900 people on the call here. Okay, and we've been going for over an hour and a half now. We will be looking at the chat records after this, and the way that we're going to give you access to these 3 bonuses is we're going to identify the people that actually purchased live on this call. We're going to match them up, okay, with your membership. And inside the membership, we're going to give you access to something which is locked down to everyone else. So the great thing we can do in our members area is we can choose, who sees what, obviously. And you're going to be getting access to private places where you can actually get these bonuses. So you need to jump in right now, and we'll make sure that you get these. We are going to give away some cash now. Steve, how do we want to do this? Do we want to pull out one of the commenters, or do we want to ask a fun question?
Well, actually, we could do a combination of both. So Brent and Mark picked out two folks from the comments. So we could do a couple of that, and then we could do, some kind of a fun question. How about that? Do you want to do it that way? Okay. So let's give away $1,000 to the two people that Mark and Brent picked out, and that is David Eddy. So David Eddy, you have won $1,000, and Nicole McCalmont. MCCALMONT, and apologize if I am mispronouncing that. So David Eddy and Nicole McCalmont, you guys have each won $1,000. If you could put your email address in the chat box, both of you guys, that would be great. And Mark and Brent, if you could grab that, that would be very, very helpful, and give that to us, and then we'll reach out and send you each $1,000 in PayPal.
Great. Okay.
Now, the other thing we could do a fun question and then pick the first three answers, the first three answers, and give $1,000 away. So we don't have anything prepared. We could talk about some geography, like maybe where each of us has lived, or something along those lines. What do you think?
Yeah, let's just think about this here. I wonder if we can do something tied to what we spoke about in the call. Let's just see. Well, let's just do something related to geography. That's going to be easier. Okay.
Okay.
So why don't we ask this question? Where and the first three people to get this right, I've got a good one.
Good.
In a couple of weeks' time, Steve and I are going to be going away days. Where are we going? Where's the first place that we're going to be going? And we're going to be together for a few days. And it needs to be the specific city. It's not Florida. It's not the UK. It's not Las Vegas. It's not Buenos Aires. It's not Thailand. It's not LA. It's not London. It's not Orlando. We have to travel about 20 hours to get there. It's not Guangzhou, but you're close. We're going to this place on the way to Guangzhou.
Wow. Yeah. Not necessarily geographically on the way. Oh, there's the first correct answer.
It is for me.
Yeah, it is for you. It's not for me. You're right. Michael Durnhill, Michael Durnhill, Durnil is the first correct one. I'm still looking. Sue Schaefer, next correct one. Schafer. And again, if you guys could put your email addresses in there, and Mark and Brent will grab it. Yeah. I'm looking for one more. Don't see it yet. Come on. People are close. Okay. Nope. Oh, nope. All right. Maybe this was too hard. Almost.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Almost. Well, there's a lot to go through it. I'm just trying to make sure I get the first.
Well, I'll announce it right now, because I want to keep on going on with these questions while you find it. Yeah. The place that we're going to be in a couple of weeks' time, just for a few days, is Hong Kong.
Yeah.
We've got an office in China, and we're going over to see our office and do some stuff over there. So we're going to be having a rendezvous in Hong Kong. And
I got it. Sorry. Yep, Laura Burke. Burke. So there you go. And she had it in there.
I know there were, Laura Burke, Sue Schaefer, and Michael Durnhill. If you guys can reach out to us, put your emails in there, or just reach out to us. I'm sure you know where to find us. Then we'll make sure that you get those $1,000. And I know there were other people that got the answer right as well, but we took the first three that came in. So if you weren't If we didn't call you out, even though you write Hong Kong, that's fine. Guys, we are shutting this down in about 2 minutes here. I've got a hard stop, so we need to shut this down. Any last minute questions that you can see there, Steve? In the meantime, guys, go to this page right now.